my fellow empire builders. It is Kimberly Spencer from crownyourself.com, and I am just coming to you because after having so many calls with women, specifically in the past few weeks, for my free 20-minute personalized Queen Bee productivity plan, and talking with them about coaching. Some of them had worked with coaches in the past and some of them hadn't. And some of them had some rather negative experiences with coaches. And so I wanted to do a video that was specifically for anybody who's looking to hire a coach. Because right now the coaching industry is booming. Like, it's booming. And it seems like every day somebody else is coming up with joining the forces and saying that they're a life coach. And that's totally fine. You can get certified as a life coach for $25, or you could spend top dollar on a high-end certification like certified high performance coaching in order to receive the elite trainings. The thing is that the coaching industry as an industry is totally unregulated. Now, I love this fact because that allows for so much growth and transformation. But it also means that you have to, as the client, do your due diligence before you work with a coach to make sure that they're really worth their salt and that you're going to get the results that you desire. So you also want to know if they're a fit for where you want to go in your life and in your relationships and in your body and in your business. So, because here's the thing, like coaching, the results, when you work with a great coach, the results are phenomenal. You will see your life and your business radically improve on all levels. According to the International Coaching Federation, individual clients reported a 3.44 ROI on their investment. Now, coaching definitely is an investment, but look at that, a 3.44 ROI, meaning that's the average, meaning if you work with a really great coach, that number could be higher. You could get 5 times on your investment. In corporations, 80% of the people who receive coaching report an increase in self-confidence, and over 70% benefit from improved work performance, relationships, and even more effective communication skills. The thing is that corporations aren't just hiring any former actor turned life coach, no offense, to just come in and do a training. They want to make sure that coach or that trainer is worth their salt. That's why Truex and Fox brought me in to teach NLP, because that is one of my many coaching certifications and one of the trainings that I do and use and teach with my clients. So here's how you separate an average coach from a really great coach. So you of course can check with their certifications, you can check with their credentials, you can check with their past testimonials and review their history. But in your initial interview, there are 4 questions that you should be aware of, and 2 of which that you should actually ask them specifically before you even go on board to sign with a coach. So the first question that you should ask yourself is, number 1, what are they charging? Now, I don't believe that it's all about price, but I do believe that you do get what you pay for, and vice versa. A coach who has invested only $25 in their personal or business development will deliver pretty much exactly that. So, for example, how many personal development or self-help books do you have at home? Like for me personally, I order a new one from Amazon almost every week. I used to do it almost every day. It was a problem. My library is just like overpouring with books. But how much of that information have you actually retained? Or, better yet, put into practice? Because on average, most people retain, let alone put into practice, only about 10% of what they read in the books that they consume. Why is that? It's because they're not invested in them. While they are invested somewhat, $9 to $25 for a book doesn't really stretch the average piggy bank in the Western culture. And versus a $10,000 package or $250,000 for a life and business transforming performance package, that is a stretch. That is a stretch. That is something you are invested in. That is something that you show up for consistently, and you be there. A coach who charges $25 to $100 an hour is probably only invested about that much in themselves and their own development. And if they have invested more, but they're still playing small when it comes to their price, that also gives you a glimpse as to how much they actually value themselves, which is huge. Because when you're looking to level up your value and your self-worth and your business's net worth, working with a coach who doesn't see their own worth is kind of it's a mismatched situation, and it's a bit of a recipe for disaster. The second thing, which is a question that you should ask that's related to price, is have they done what they're asking you to do? A lot of people are astounded by the price of coaching. Like if you've never worked with a coach before, and I believe this was also in You Are a Badass at Making Money, about the shocking price tag sometimes of what coaching can be. I mean, I've seen things range from anywhere from $1,300 to $250,000 for 3 months. Like my mentor, Brendan Bouchard, for the same certified high performance curriculum that I use with my clients, for 3 months of coaching, he charges $250,000. So that's a massive range of price. Now, not everyone can afford, is $250,000 even within their awareness or their budget, but sometimes $10,000, $5,000 is enough of a stretch in that investment. The thing is that I didn't raise my prices to $10,000 until I'd invested $10,000 working with a coach earlier this year. Because of that, I know the emotional and the financial decision that goes into investing that amount of money in your business. I know the fears and the struggles and the conversations that you're going to have with your spouse or your partner about making a decision of that magnitude. But that also wasn't my first investment, and I can also say that that investment paid off tenfold, like huge. Prior to that investment, I'd invested $5,400 working with a coach. And that was a coach to master my subconscious mind, and my prices adequately reflected that for my coaching clients at that time. The thing is that if you are working or looking to work with a coach who hasn't made that same emotional and financial decision that they're asking you to make, that's a bit of a hypocrite in my opinion. And they're kind of a hypocrite asking you to do it and saying how important it is to level up your game and to invest this much in yourself. But if they haven't actually risen to that task themselves, that in my book is hypocrisy. And so I know a lot of newbie coaches are intrigued by the allure of charging these like amazing high ticket prices. But I challenge you as the client to check in with any coach that you're looking to work with if this coach that you are looking to work with has invested the same amount or more. Like personally for me, I've invested about $60,000 into my personal and business development. So I know that I put in the work. I know that I know the weight of those emotional and financial decisions that goes into it. So make sure to ask the coach that you are having a conversation with if they have also invested the same amount or more in their own personal and business development. And this will give you an idea as to the level of their integrity and the level of their commitment to their own personal development. Because that also goes to who is coaching them. Step number 3, and this is a question that I do recommend you ask any coach that you are looking to work with. Because every coach who doesn't have a coach is either a guru or an expert. They're not, if they do not have someone who is actively growing them and challenging them in the way that they say it's important to be actively grown and challenged, then to me that again in my book is hypocrisy. And how do you expect them to actively grow and challenge you. If a coach is preaching about all the results that you can get from coaching, which I totally believe in 100%, and I've seen it with my clients, getting amazing results, like hitting their first 10K months, getting their first $19 in passive income. That was a fun one. Getting engaged, getting married, like crazy relationship shifts, financial shifts, business shifts. But if you have a coach that is preaching about all these results that you can get, but they aren't actually seeking those results for themselves, then that's either hypocritical or it's a form of self-sabotage, and neither of which deserves your dollar. I am a big believer in practicing what you preach. In the year that I had my best year as an entrepreneur yet, I also gave birth to a baby, and I also had 2 coaches. I had one for business and I had one for reprogramming my unconscious mind, and all those unconscious patterns. Then earlier this year, Spike and I, my husband and I, signed up with one of Tony Robbins' VPs of business coaches. We invested in several other business building and mindset reprogramming courses, and lots of money in some training programs to really keep us on our game, which also allowed me to give even more strategies and tools and processes to my clients to help them achieve their next level in their business. How you do anything is how you do everything. So make sure that you are checking with any coach that you are looking to work with about who is coaching them and have they done what they are asking you to do. The last question that you should just be asking in some form within the initial conversation is, what is their process? So what is the process that they are going to put you through? Is it just an accountability call? Because there are apps for that. Like, no offense to accountability coaches, but there are now apps for that. So a lot of newbie coaches, they have very little structure or processes to actually make your transformation happen. They're more of that accountability coach where they hold you to your goals on a weekly basis. You check in about your goals, but what happens is after a period of time, there's not really anything new to that system or to that process. And sometimes, here's the thing, is when you start getting into that with a newbie coach, it can start to feel like a therapy session. So you'll walk away maybe feeling better about yourself for a while, but you won't necessarily have the transformation or the growth because they aren't comfortable yet with also challenging you to get to that next step of the process. If they don't have a process, they don't know what the next step is. So that is also why a lot of newbie coaches are accountability coaches. You can check in with them like once a week or once a day to keep you focused and on your goals. But personally, for me, I wouldn't pay them top dollar for that. I have growth friends and accountability friends that I stay on top of, and that they stay on top of me around my goals. My coach is for the deeper things, the deeper patterns that are holding me back from growing to that next level. The thing is that a great coach will have systems and processes that will move you forward to your next level, regardless of whether you achieve the simple tasks that you plan to do. Because sometimes, let's face it, like, life gets in the way. Sometimes, your kid gets sick, like mine did this past week, and so you don't accomplish everything that you had set out to accomplish for that week. So another call with an accountability coach or like a newbie coach would be something like, oh, I didn't accomplish this because my kid was sick, and so I shifted that priority, versus one that actually moves you into some sort of process that allows you and that gives you some new tools and new strategies that will help give your business a greater structure and a greater foundation for profit, which is what I'm all about personally. So let me know in the comments below, has this video served you? Let me know what your number one takeaway was, and what is the question that stood out to you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're already working with a coach and you haven't been really happy with the results, ask them these 4 questions, or the top 2 ones that I had said. Have they done what they were asking you to do, and who is coaching them? And maybe this will help you choose better next time. And so if you're looking for a coach who practices what they preach and who can easily answer these 4 questions, I've already done it, then you can book a free strategy session with me down below. It is a 20-minute call with me where we will dive into your productivity specifically and see the number 3 things that you need to start doing to propel your business forward, and possibly the number 1 or 2 things that you need to stop doing that you weren't even aware that you needed to stop yet. Because that is the great part about coaching, is that it's supposed to challenge you and grow you to that next level. And so those challenges sometimes come in stopping those things that are very comfortable. So I am Kimberly Spencer, certified high performance coach and founder of crownyourself.com. And thank you for watching. Leave your comment below. What was your number 1 takeaway? And I will see you next time. For more info on how to create a body, business, and life that rules, visit crownyourself.com.